Hey guys, so first off, I just want to give a huge thank you to those of you that have asked about my health or worried or given me love and support and prayers and good energy, your vibes. I love all that and I appreciate it all from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate all of that. This has been kind of a long, drawn out ordeal. There's been a lot of update videos about it, but I want to be transparent with you guys and tell you the truth and what's going on with my life. So none of this is meant to trigger you. None of that is what I'm trying to do. I just feel like you should get to know what's going on with me. So approximately 15 weeks ago, I found and discovered a hardened lymph node behind my ear. It wasn't painful. It was just very hard. So there was a level of concern there. But I wasn't going to freak myself out over it. I wasn't going to return to my hypochondriac behavior of the past. I was very mature about it. I was like, well, you know what? I noticed it. I'm not going to freak out. I'm not going to be searching Google, figuring out what types of cancer are common to pop up behind the ear. I'm not going to do any of that. So I made a video about it and I explained to you guys, I'm going to let it go for about 2.5 or 2 to 3 weeks. I forgot which one I said. And I was just explaining, this is proof that I don't have health anxiety anymore, because in the past I would have freaked out, made an appointment, already looking up treatments for cancer that I didn't have. So I let it sit, made an appointment with the doctor. That took another 2 or 3 weeks to come around to. Then it got rescheduled again. And at that time, I was like, oh man, it got rescheduled. I've waited all this time, and now I'm getting rescheduled for another 2 weeks. Then it came around, then I got rescheduled again, I believe, for another week. And I was like, oh my God, I was getting mad. I was debating switching doctors. This ENT that I knew was somebody that I trusted with, my heart. She had 42 years of experience, and I wanted to see her. I didn't want to see anybody else. I trusted her. So I finally got in there about 4 weeks ago. About 4 weeks ago. It was well before Christmas. I think it was December 6th. So it's actually over a month ago. And I was given antibiotics to see if that would make the swelling or the hardening go away, if it would drain the lymph node, if you will. I was given amoxicillin, a 10-day course, morning and evening, large horse pills. I was so thrilled whenever I saw how big they were. And after choking on those pills for 10 days, I went back to I was supposed to go back to a checkup on that. It was after the 10 days. Well, something happened with my insurance HRA account, and I had to reschedule my appointment for 2 more weeks. So that was the appointment I went in for today. I was just ready to get rid of this. I was ready to, just ease my mind. So I went in there. They checked on my vitals. Then Miss Duncan came in to the office, and she saw that I hadn't gone down or anything like that. She messed with it. She asked me some more questions. I told her just nothing has been changing at all. So I really don't know what to think. I'm at this point, I'm just kind of hoping that I don't have to get a CAT scan or anything. And she's on the fence about it, and she's really debating it. And then out of nowhere, she tells me, I'm retiring in a week. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's not what I wanted to hear right now. Like, this is the last thing I want to do is switch doctors right now. And I was like, well, congratulations, because I am happy for her. But then she told me then I said, so I'm going to have to find somebody else. She's like, well, I already have a good guy that will be replacing me for you. I was like, oh, okay. I'm going to bring him in here, and he's going to examine you. That way he's familiar with you and what's going on back here, so he knows, what's going on whenever I'm not here anymore. And I was like, okay. So she brings him in. He feels around. He looks at it. He asks me a lot of questions. I tell him about all the diet changes that I've been making. And, Miss Duncan asks him what he thinks. Does, a CAT scan or no? And he said, no, I don't think he needs a CAT scan. It's actually a tiny bit smaller than 1 centimeter. And he said he's taken out a bunch of those in the past, and they've just all turned out to be benign. And I was so freaking relieved whenever he said that. I was like, yes, a good answer, or an answer that I wanted. He said, I can come back if I want to, or if I don't want to come back, that's fine. Just, don't mess with it or anything, because it can make it get bigger. And I was like, yes, I do know that. That's something that I tell you guys all the time. Don't mess with your lymph nodes. Aside from an initial examination, lightly touch it, but don't rough them up, because they will swell. And then he told me, if it gets larger, of course, to come in, or if you experience any new symptoms. So I'm fine. I know some of you are like, oh, we knew you were going to be fine, but I'm kind of using this journey to explain and show to you how I haven't like freaked out about it, how it's been a very long time, but I haven't been losing sleep over it. You know what I mean? That's where you can come. I mean, that's how much you can grow from health anxiety. I used to have it terrible. Like I said, I would have freaked out if I felt back there and felt this that I'm feeling right now. I would have freaked out and assumed the worst. I would have been so convinced that I had cancer. I would have been mad today that he didn't want to give me a CAT scan like I used to be in the past. So this just goes to prove that what I've done is real. My recovery was real. It's not a joke. It's not a fraud, none of that. I have not lost any sleep over this. I've had slight levels of normal concern for my health. And the funny thing is, after I told him about the YouTube channel, I told him about my old struggles, he's like, wow, man, you seem to know a lot about all this stuff. And then he starts telling me all the things he knows. He is like a freaking genius. He lectures. He's an entrepreneur. He reads tons of books. He wrote down on his prescription pad tons of books. He was happy about all the changes that I made in my diet, excluding the vegetarian thing, which I get that. There's people that are all for it, and then there's people that say it's terrible. So, and I explained to him, I was like, there's so much out there. Well, he explained to me, how we weren't meant to just eat vegetables. And before any of you say some of those things to me, I do want you to realize this little bit of knowledge from my point of view. One of my biggest reasonings for becoming vegetarian is actually because of my stomach issues, my digestive system. Whenever I eat meat, I become either constipated or have diarrhea or just have stomach pains, excessive gas, bloating, things that I don't deal with when I eat just eggs and vegetables. I want you guys to know that. That's one of the biggest reasons. If I can have smooth sailing as far as that goes, get my protein from my eggs, if I got to take vitamin D and vitamin B12 extra, that's fine. Eat a bunch of healthy fats because we do need that. So avocados, various oils, nuts, I can get fats from that. So I get that we kind of were meant to eat meat. We also have come a long way since that point. So that's my current thinking. I know this is totally off subject from the first part, but most of you probably aren't even watching by now. I'm just kind of rambling. But it was good to connect with him, and I may see if I can get an interview for the channel. Very, very, very intelligent guy. He said he was almost 60, and I was like, I couldn't believe it. Very healthy, very fit. So I would love to get him on the channel. He's going to send me a bunch of books. I got his email and everything. So he's my new ENT. So I guess long story short. So I'm excited to have him as my new ENT. He's very knowledgeable. It's great. So guys, again, thank you for everything. Of course, if anything drastic ever happens with my health, I'm going to let you guys know because I love y'all and y'all are my extended family as well. But thank you for every bit of support that you guys have given me. All the prayers. Things are looking good right now, and I'm so happy. I'm happy to be alive. I'm lucky to be here. I mean, I'm not saying that I had some horrible situation, but I'm just lucky to be a part of this world right now. So thank you guys so much, and remember to subscribe if you haven't, and hit the notification bell so you can get the updates when I put my videos out, and like this video if you got some value. Thank you so much, guys, from the bottom of my heart for being there for me and being my family and having my back. Talk to y'all later.